Wait. Food banks are starting to reject people?
What the hell is even that?
The very thing that was put in place to help people down on their luck isn't working? Oh my God, dude, let's break this down. All right, so here's the reality. We have starving families that were always in need of this kind of help competing with competent people who can work and are working, but it's not enough. They need help too. They need food every night.
They can't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Gotta listen like me.
And this is why the food banks are running out of food at record levels. What used to be maybe 1 to 5% of the population needing help in food is now turning into 10, 15, 20% of people. I mean, can you imagine how embarrassing it would be to work a full-time job, making a decent wage, but still having to go to a food bank? This is a new reality in Canada. They got to be doing something, right? Well, there's this. The food bank in Ontario is denying international students. Now, it's a little rough, a little nationalistic, but I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Canadians first. We're going to help our people, feed them first. International students are kind of on their own, but are they? Here's the thing. In order to be an international student in Canada, the rules are you need to have at least $10,000 to be able to come to this country to show that you have money and can ideally support yourself while you're here. But that $10K doesn't include tuition, which tuitions in Canada for most universities are anywhere from $7,000 to $15,000 a year. So the $10K is set aside for you to live, right? I get it. Eat, to rent a room in some student property, I get it. It makes sense. But what if your tuition is $10,000? Now you have no money for food, for rent, you're going to the food shelter, you're competing with Canadians. This is where the problem is. It's not to blame the international students. It's most likely the Canadian dream or the agents selling the dream to these international students saying, come to Canada, come to Canada. We love you. We want you to come to our economy. Life is so good. Look at all the Christmas movies. It's like a Hallmark movie living here. And the marketing propaganda, it probably does look good. But when they get here, what are they seeing? Inflation's through the roof, housing costs are insane, food prices are insane.
Even compared to the US, just 3 to 4 hours south of the border, depending where you live, food and gas are way cheaper.
Everything is more expensive, which is why we're seeing immigrants who immigrated here leaving. We're seeing Ukrainian refugees coming to Canada for safety, having to leave and go back to war-torn Ukraine because as much as they want to stay here, they literally just can't afford to stay here. So not only are we seeing low-income Canadians needing the food bank, as always, which is terrible on its own, now we're seeing people who do work jobs, Canadians working jobs, having to go to a food bank, embarrassingly as that is for them. And now we're seeing international students also using the food bank. Although they're technically not allowed to use it, how can you tell whether someone is Canadian or not? We're not pulling passports and statuses on people when they come in the door. Oh wait, that did happen. But it's not happening in the food banks, I don't think, to my knowledge anyway.
So we have all these people using food banks.
In record numbers, we're running out of food. What are we gonna do? Well, here's the thing. As much as we wanna save society, and maybe we can, maybe there's someone out there with a grand plan, maybe we can move things forward. There's associations, there's groups that can do that. But you know what? As selfishly as it sounds, I think you watching this need to take care of you first. Make sure that you don't need to use a food bank ever in your life. Now, if you're a super liberal or NDP person watching this video, you're like, what the hell? That's such a shitty way to view society. Look, this is my take on life and wealth and business. One of my favorite sayings is, if everyone swept their own front door, the world would be clean. Now, what does that mean? If everybody took care of their own shit, the world would work and function. Now, the reality is not everybody can do that. People are going to have disabilities. They're going to have reasons why they can't produce at the highest level that we want them to, and we take care of them. That's Canada. God bless Canada. That's why it's a great country in a lot of ways. But there's also a shit ton of abusers and lazy people abusing the system. They're on welfare. They took CERB for a ride when it was offered. We know a lot of those people. And it's a lot of Canadians. A lot of the population is like that. So leave them behind. I'm sorry. Let's do the very minimal that we can do to keep them alive and sheltered and all that stuff. Keep them off the street. But dude, trying to save the entire world, don't do it.
No, nigga!
Don't get me wrong. I hate Trudeau and I want him out and I want Pierre Poilievre in. But I'm not relying on him to save my life and save the economy. Chances are he's not going to be able to do that. Only you can do that. So what can we do? The things we always talk about on this channel, which is becoming valuable to the marketplace. You have to have a great skill. Be an expert in your niche, whether you're a photographer, a plumber, an engineer, become the best version of that, become desirable. But most importantly, because even that can fail if you're working for an employer, you're doing a great job, they can fire you at any time, let's be real. You're not safe working at a job. In fact, I think you're even more at risk of being an employee than you are being an entrepreneur, which the whole general public has it the other way around. They see being an entrepreneur as so risky and unsettling. I think working for someone else is the most unsettling. But the way to really protect yourself and your money and to ensure that as you age, and especially as once you retire, you have money to live life and take care of yourself, you need to start investing. Now, my entire channel is about investing in real estate, investing in the stock market, whatever you can do, whatever your thing is, find a lane and be really, really good at it and do it consistently. For example, the easiest thing anybody can do watching this video right now is just invest $100 a week or $100 a month into the S&P 500. It requires no skill. You don't have to learn how to read charts. We're not learning options, tradings. We're not doing anything complicated, dude. Just put $100 into the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in America. You're betting on America, which they are the superpower and predicted to be the superpower for many, many, many decades to come. Just bet on America. Don't look at anything. I don't care if it's a pandemic, a war going on. Just bet on America. Over time, it's so proven with so much data, you're going to make a lot of money. Now, if you don't want to wait 15, 20, 30 years in order to reap the benefits of that S&P 500 investing, you got to run a business. And the best business I know is investing in real estate. Why? Real estate investing is an absolute need. As I always say, everybody needs a home to live in. Everybody needs a roof over their head, no matter what's going on. Wars, pandemics, recessions, I don't care. Spanish flu comes back, I don't care. Somebody needs a roof over their head, and you got to pay rent for that. So if you're the owner of that property to receive that rent, you're getting tenants to pay down your mortgage, you're making cash flow every month on the rent. It's appreciating in value, which we know real estate is so desirable. And the next generations to come, it is so likely that real estate is going to double, if not triple again in our lifetime. The more real estate you own, the wealthier and the safer you're going to be. Now, this channel is all about investing in real estate. Check it out. Check out all the courses below if you really want to speed things up, but you got to start investing in something. You got to build a business and be an entrepreneur and build some serious wealth. I'll see you in the next video.